How to check your engine oil on your Harley Sport Glide and Softails. Catch you inside.
RevelatorAlf.
Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. Hope you enjoying the channel and the series of videos. Please like, share, subscribe, leave loads of comments below. Check out the website RevelatorAlf.com and also the links in the description below. So in this video I'm talking about engine oil levels, when to check them, how to check them, and also what problems you can have if you don't do it correctly. So now this is all located in the owner's manual, of course. It's on page 1, 22, 23 and 24. There are essentially two ways to check your oil level, and that is either cold engine or with a hot engine. Now essentially the oil level would be at a low point for a cold engine and at a high point for a hot engine. It's literally just the way the oil is circulated, and hot oil will expand a little bit, cold oil will contract a little bit as well. So that's why you have two methods. And you also, on the dipstick, you have two markings. So right here on the side of the engine, just below the right hand electrical panel, you have the engine oil dipstick. Right, so the engine is cold here. I haven't started it, so just twist it off and then pull it out. Now first thing to do, always give it a wipe it off so you've got a clean dipstick, and then you put it back in. Go all the way down, tighten it up, there we go, and then undo it again, and then we're looking at the distance. Now actually it's saying here, right, anywhere in between the full hot mark and the right at the bottom there, that's where your oil should be. So it should be right at the bottom, in the middle there somewhere. So that's where it is there. So that's for a cold engine. Now for a hot engine, basically all you do is exactly the same, but you start the engine, you get the engine temperature up to 93 degrees Celsius, something like that, whatever that is in Fahrenheit. You just run the engine for a few minutes, get it up to temperature, maybe take it for a little ride, then come back again. That will be the temperature of the engine up to proper level, so then for the engine oil will be up there as well. Then you shut down the engine, and then you do exactly the same process, but then you take the dipstick out, right, and then get it out, and here you do reading it exactly the same. On the dipstick you're reading it where the oil level is going to be right at the full hot line there. That's where you want it. Now if it's less than that, then you need to add some oil. If it's right on there, that's it, you don't want to add any more. So on a cold engine, if the oil level mark is all the way at the bottom, then you need to add a quart, okay, add a quart. And then, but on a full hot engine, if it's halfway down, then you need to add a quart as well, okay. So remember that a cold engine, it's only when there's no engine oil showing that you add a quart. On a hot engine, if it's halfway down or below, then you add some oil. Now, why are we talking about this? Well, actually, a few people have had this wrong, and also a few dealerships and mechanics have got this wrong over time. One of the key things here is for the motorcycle to be on its side stand, on its jiffy stand, when you're taking the oil level. Now, a lot of what dealerships will do, and a lot of what mechanics will do, actually they'll put it on a motorcycle lift. The bike will be vertical in the upright position. If they're checking the oil there, they may get a false reading. Now that's okay if you're doing an engine oil change, because all you're doing is taking out all the oil and putting in the correct amount of oil. But actually the actual oil level check should be done on the side stand, where it's on the side stand, because the dipstick is actually calibrated for the oil to be at a particular level, you see, and also the bike to be on its side stand. When you're adding oil, make sure that you're adding oil either because it's required from a hot engine or it's required on a cold engine. If you're using on a hot engine, then make sure you're only adding a little bit at a time to get that level up. Don't overfill it. The problem is if you overfill your engine with oil, then that can lead to a whole host of issues with internal pressures, seals leaking, that kind of thing, oil bypassing the piston rings, all that kind of stuff, because you've basically got too much oil in the system. So that's it. Only add on a hot oil or hot engine, add oil as and when it's required. On a cold engine, add a full quart if the level is all the way low. But it's one of those things that you need to keep on monitoring it. And also make sure that the engine is on the side stand, the bike is on the side stand, so the engine is tilted a little bit. And that will give you the correct reading from the dipstick, which is calibrated for that bike position. Okay, well, I hope this helps. To say this came in from a couple of people who are asking about this engine oil checks. So make sure you have either a cold engine reading or a hot engine reading, and that's all to do with the way the oil is circulated, the way the oil expands and contracts, and when you're supposed to add oil or not. Do regular checks yourself. Don't wait just for the service intervals. You may have to add oil in between services depending on the age of your bike and how many miles you're doing as well. Anyway, hope this helps. Please like, share, subscribe, leave loads of comments below, check out the website at RevelatorAlf.com, and I'll catch you on the next video. Ta-ra now.
RevelatorAlf.